Shalom Yasharala. Before we go into this lesson, we give all honor, all glory, and all praises be to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rekakodash. We give double honor to the apostles and prophets and elders of GMS Camp, better known as Great Millstone, for the bring forth the 100% truth that have been currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, the tabernacle of David, and I am Roberta Zaria coming through this lesson. What we're doing today is we're dealing with herbs, going back into what we know as polycystic ovaries and cystic fibroids. All right, and the reason why we are going through this is to give proper remedies to guide those that are going through that symptom so that they could be relieved of that particular disease at the end of the day. Because Scripture has made it very clear that is our purpose, which is why it is also recommended what the honor a physician with the honor due unto him, for the uses which he may have of him, for Yahweh had created him. So he was created for a purpose, which is to assist his people in prolonging their lives for those who have committed sin against Yahweh Shem Shai. It says, for of the Most High cometh healing, and he shall receive honor of the king. The skill of the physician shall lift up his head, and in the sight of great men he shall be in admiration. It continues to say, as an Yahweh had created medicines out of the earth, and he that is wise will not abhor them. And I'll show you how the blessings of obedience unto the ways of Yahweh Shem Shai do come true. Which, let's go into the lesson first, and after I'm going to show core straight results from a medical record in the end of the video, so that you could be edified, it could be understood as to what exactly that you need to do, and following up as to how it took place and how long a long space of time or short space of time it would have taken place to before the symptoms would have been removed and the disease would have been removed as well. So let's get some information immediately. Let me pause. A difference, an understanding between the polycystic ovaries and the cystic fibroids. Because the reason why is because the information provided on the receipts I'm going to show, that I'm going to show in the next in the end of the video shows how these two paths, different in each other but similar, has been removed in one simple month of discipline and diligence in the program that I provided for said people. Now this is another receipt provided with the results came back where there was none. Let me not spoil it. Let me not spoil it further. Let's go into the information. Polycystic ovaries, PCOS. What it is? A hormonal metabolic disorder. Primarily it affects the ovaries and endocrine system, not true cysts. It says not true cysts. It says they are immature follicles that fail to ovulate. The root issues is hormonal imbalance. That's the root cause. Hormonal imbalance, especially high insulin, high androgens, which is testosterones, or disrupted ovulation, where it forms is inside the ovaries. Key symptoms is irregular or absent periods, difficulty ovulating, infertility, excess facial or body hair, acne, weight gain, especially belly, fatigue, sugar craving, insulin resistance. What the cysts really are as eggs that never matured or released, often caused by insulin resistance blocking ovulation. Main drivers are blood sugar imbalance, chronic inflammation, hormonal disruption, and stress and cortisol imbalance. Now we're going into fibroids, uterine fibroids to be exact. What it is a benign muscular tumors, structural or hormonal in origin, though hormones feed them. Not hormonal in origin, though hormones feed them. Salam. Root issues is estrogen, progesterone dominance, often linked, estrogen overload, poor liver detox, emotional estrogen exposure, where it forms in or on the uterus, inside the uterine wall, on the outer surface, inside the uterine cavity. Key symptoms: heavy or prolonged periods, blood clots during menstruation, pelvic pressure or pain, lower back pain, frequent urination, pain during intercourse, anemia or blood loss. Nature of fibroids is solid muscle growths, can grow very large, do not dissolve like cysts. So when you go into the diagram provided, right, the features affects ovaries and uterine for PCOS, and for fibroids uterine. Type: hormonal and metabolic. Fibroid: structural growth. Immature follicles, and muscle and fibrous muscle tumor. Hormone issues: insulin and androgen, and fibroids is estrogen dominance. Period: irregular and absent for PCOS, and for the fibroids, heavy and prolonged. Fertility, ovulation problem, implantation, and space issues. Reversible, highly manageable, can shrink but not dissolve overnight. So, can someone have both? Yes, and many women do. Why? Insulin resistance equal estrogen dominance. Poor detox, hormone recycling. Chronic inflammation feeds both conditions. They're different problems, but they often share same internal environment. Big picture: important PCOS, ovulation and blood sugar problem, and fibroids, estrogen or tissue growth problems. Treating one while ignoring the other often leads to partial relief only. So we can show you how you treat both of them. I'm going to pause again to provide more information. So one remedy provided here we have for the cystic tumors, or the cystic ovaries, as well as the uterine fibroid, which is known as a Benning tumor. We have for the herbs bayberry, black walnut, burdock root, calendula, or other known as marigold, chickweed, comfrey, dandelion, echinacea, goldenrod, golden seal, horsetail, indigo, life everlasting, also known as wonder of the world, mullein, nettle, pau de aco, periwinkle, red clover, rose, sarsaparilla, sassafras, stellingia, tuja, white oak bark, wormwood, and yellow dock. And for what you are going to be consuming is banana, black radish, currants, and onions. This is one remedy that deals with both of them. Both of them. Polycystic ovaries and uterine fibroids. It deals with both of them in shrinking and removing the effects that causes what we know as PCOS and uterine fibroids. Let's go on to the next one. I'm going to pause again to provide the remedy. So what we have here is going to include directly dealing with the polycystic ovaries itself, and then the next one will be dealing with both of them, but more leaning on the fibroid itself. So the polycystic ovarian syndrome, PCOS, we have ash, black cohosh, evening primrose, we have reishi, we have sweet marjoram, we have unicorn root, which again, these herbs are going to act to remove the effects of what causes PCOS and reduce PCOS by the insulin resistance situation and the androgen situation. It's going to balance and assist with blood sugar levels, preventing or removing the effects of PCOS. So now you're going to the final one, which is the personal remedy provided. Now I will not be able to give you all because the first combination consists of 28 herbs combined. Second one is just a few. So, but you have to get the first one, which is known as a parasite detox, to get everything to work the way it's supposed to. If you don't get the parasite detox to start with, it's going to cause an issue, because parasite detox not only we kill parasites or unalive parasites, it's also used to reduce inflammation in the body. It's also used to balance what we know as estrogen buildups or estrogen dominant body, and it also is used to assist in cleaning the blood. There's way more to it, dealing with the 28 combinations of herbs put in the parasite detox, but I'm just going to call a few. I can call the few of the cleanse that is used for the polycystic ovaries at the end of the day. Well, it's 3 parts to make the program up, so I'll just call them as it go along. I want me to call all of them because it's too much herbs, so it's a lot of herbs to call. So the first thing, as you know, the basic parasite detox is wormwood, black walnut, clove, blessed thistle, chaparral, neem, fennel, elecampane, and zephyrpique. There's more, but this is what we would use for now to give the base strength, so that it could remove the effects that is taking place, causing this discomfort for polycystic ovaries and uterine fibroids. All right, so this is the first part. This is what you're doing for the next 7 days. You are taking the parasite detox along with a purge every 3 days. So on the 3rd day you're taking a purge, and on the 6th day you're taking a purge, and on the 7th, of course, you're taking the parasite detox for the next 7 days, which is going to begin to change your body. Doing so, you are going to go on an all fruit, all veggie based diet, non-cooked, straight fruits and veggies, no artificial juices, no oils, none of the above, no flour, no milk, no rice. You know what I'm going into, none of these. For that, even hold off on the meat a little bit, hold off on the meats as well. You're going to have all fruit and all veggie based diet, raw diet. All right, your apple salads, your fruits, your veggies, all these things. No sugars. No sugars. One more time. No sugar. The only sugar you should be absorbing is from your fruit, natural fruit. It's one part of the program. After that 7th day, you are going to be taking what we know as a blood cleanse, which consists of the shrinkers, according to the combination of herbs that we provided, which consist of, I know those have a lot of herbs, but I'll just call about 8 if I could. All right, we have burdock root, yellow dock, sarsaparilla, hydrangea, red clover, dandelion, stonebreaker, milk thistle, and you can get the sensitive plant, sensitive mimosa, or you can get the better fit. Sensitive mimosa is the better fit that you get. Or you can, no, what have I forget? You can add the blessed thistle to that also. with the milk thistle, right? That's the second part. When you're taking this second part, for the next 7 days, remain on a fruit and veggie based diet. But when you're taking this program, however, you're going to add 2 capsules, different capsules, with what you're making here, according to the program, is your bruise, all right? To dealing with the bruise. The bruise is how you make the bruise. This is how you make the 2 sets of bruise. The first part, which is parasite detox, second part, which is blood cleanse, which consists of, which is a brew, which is you put the combination to boil for the first 5 minutes, then you put it on a low heat to simmer for the next 10 minutes. That is for your blood cleanse. And for your parasite detox, you put in the water to boil at a high heat. Use a metal pan if you can, or pot, and when you put the herbs in, after you boil the water in a kettle, you throw it over the herbs until it's all the filled up. You're using half of a teaspoon for each compound of herb, or if it's a mixture, you're adding 1.5 mountain, like I said, 1 mountain tablespoon, or 1.5 tablespoon to be exact, to add to the pot, pot. I'm using about 1.5 to 1.7 liters of water. You boil the water, and then when you take out the kettle, however you boil it, and you throw it into the pot with the herbs, and you cover it down to steep for the next. This is for the parasite detox only, for the next hour to 2 hours. As long as it cools down, then you could bottle it out and begin to drink it on a daily basis. You're using 1 cup twice a day, or a half cup twice a day, so like 1/2 cup twice a day for the parasite detox, and your 3rd day you're taking your purge, and then you do the same thing on the 6th day for the blood cleanse. And the 1st day you'll be taking your purge, and on the last day you'll be taking your purge while dealing with your blood cleanse. And then during the blood cleanse, during the blood cleanse, you're using what we know as 2 compounds or herbal compounds in the capsule form. Make sure you see most gel capsules and then a gelatin. You just know the difference. You have to either make it yourself or go by a herbal store, which has for the capsules, CMOS gel capsules, or sterile leaves capsules. I believe they make it with the sterile leaves capsules, which are herbal, and you can get the compounds and add it, or buy just as it is. Okay, and you're using Damiana and Vitex to add with it. Damiana and Vitex. 1 assists in blood sugar levels, carries down your blood pressure, it helps with cholesterol to be exact, and the other it reduces the high estrogen dominance from the body. It actually balances your hormones. So these are the 3 things that you'll be taking at the point in time. Hold on. This is what you're going to be using at the point in time. So you have your first part, the parasite detox, second part, which is next 7 days, the blood cleanse, along with the Vitex fruit and the Damiana capsules, which is going to assist in shrinking and removing what you know as the the uterine fibroids and the polycystic ovaries. All right. In doing so, I also recommend that she drink what we know as ginger tea. Remember, no sugars, no milk. So you're drinking ginger tea straight. She added ginger tea, all right, with a hint of turmeric, which I get that's her choice, which I didn't expect that, and the effects was so fast that the results came back after a month, that the results came back where there's no or none found. The pain that she was getting that had her crying was no longer there. You see how well this works? Within 2 days' time, the pain, well, matter of fact, in a hour time, a few hours, no, about an hour time, the pain and had the crying stopped, but it didn't stop completely. And in about a day time, it almost completely stopped. In 2 days' time, there was no pain, there was no discomfort. And as of course, as you go along, there's no more cystic fibroids, or sorry, polycystic ovaries or uterine fibroids in effect in her body anymore. So this is how important the information is. All right. This is why we continue to say, we continue to make sure that you understand that these remedies are very important to help you in this time, so that you won't have to go to the devil or to the dragon for assistance, to where he's going to mess your body up while trying to help you. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6 is, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and the strength and salvation, for the fear of Yahweh is his treasure. Because she has already gotten a major relief and no longer has to worry about these things growing in her body again, and no longer has to worry about not being able to sleep because of discomfort, as much as she has mentioned to me. All right. And I'll show you. I remember it's very important to ensure these things are done, because Scripture says, with a health and a good estate of body are above all gold, and a strong body above infinite wealth. There is no riches above a sound body, and no joy above the joy of the heart. Straight up. This is why we do this, because what? To ensure that our brothers, our Archiums, our Malachiums, right, receive proper care, without having to pay or go to places to where they are uncomfortable going to seek help, which again isn't really helping them. So let's get a precept. I say, then give place to a physician in verse 12, for Yahweh had created him. Let him not go from thee, for thou hast need of him. It says there's a time when in their hands there's good success. And this is the fifth or the sixth, I believe. The sixth Salakia. This is the sixth success, or somewhere around there, about the fifth success I would have had of dealing with polycystic ovaries and uterine fibroids. And I'll show you just now. It says, for they shall also pray unto Yahweh that he will prosper that which they give for ease and for remedies to prolong life. It continues to say, he that sinneth before his maker, let him fall into the hands of the physician. And we know we have all fell short unto the glory of Yahweh Shem Yoshai. However, he has made a way for us that we should not have to worry more so, but still prolong our lives. So that's what I'm here for, to ensure that the brothers are well equipped, well readied in their body and in their hearts to serve Yahweh Shem Yoshai in sincerity and in truth. So now let's add the cherry on top. This is the cherry on top. This was the information provided, where it says above, if you can see it on the two parts, fibroid was noted, I believe, at the end. Anterior, basically the scan, right? They found a fibroid there with the size. Then they found a cyst, as you can see, with the size also. From then to now, medical record, not one found. Not one found. Record fully cleaned. Record fully cleaned. It was larger in the first video I showed. It got very small in the second video I showed, and now there's none. So I'm showing you, this was the first one, I believe. I can't find the second one. There's two, but this is the first one. This is the second one, where, as you can see, none is found. Tawada Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai for your mercies and for directing me to this call and to this path at the end of the day, so I could continue to fulfill my duties in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Because, again, there's a time when in their hands there's good success. And many times, I had to say this, the main things that I get very good success on is skin health, reproductive health, blood health, dealing with also with diabetes, that health, and clots health, things like thrombosis and all these things. This is the core in which I haven't. And malignant sores health. This is the things that I deal directly with, which I get a good success and a good report on. That no one has to come back and say, hey, it returned again. No. These are the success areas I usually get successes on, because I haven't ventured into anything else. There's one person I had dealing with the heart, and I got success on that, but it was due to thrombosis. So I would say more, I got success on things with thrombosis, but the person had a heart issue due to thrombosis. So and this had another female, two females also that had a situation of thrombosis, which I got proper results from after the space of 3 months, where there's no more, the blockage has begun to remove. Instead of completely blocked, it's begun to shatter, as well as clots. I get very good results on clots. So Tawada, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakodash, for blessing me with this purpose. And I pray that you continue to strengthen me, as well as strengthen with the information that's being brought out, so that it can help others. And I pray that you give me the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to help others to prolong their life, as this is my office. That's all I'm asking. So, results being displayed, as you can see, ultrasound development SWRHA 2020, January 20th, 2020. There's this year, Point Hospital, right? So this is the results. Again, you'll see this. This is what the individual have used, which is the exact same thing that the other individuals before would have used, dealing with the polycystic ovaries or the uterine fibroids. This is what we deal with. We know it have effects on other parts of the body, that affects and assists, like your kidneys and so on and so forth. But this particular one, we are dealing with the fibroids and the polycystic ovaries, which had results, positive results, of having to shrink and now having no more. And the person up to this day hasn't complained or anything. The menstrual system cycle is going back to normal. All the elements and proper understanding that we need to know has come back into its rightful place. So we know for a fact that testing it on over 6 people, which it worked for over 6 people within a short space of time and has returned, should already tell you that it works. So I hope this lesson is very edifying to those who are going through the symptoms and need the relief. I will say Shalom Yasharala, Kal Halaliam Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, Bahasham Rakakodash. We give double honor to the apostles and prophets and elders of James Camp, Veterans Great Millstone, for the bring forth the 100% truth that I be currently edified under. Shalom to the elect, the tabernacles of David, and I am Roberto Zariak saying to you, Kazakh saying to you, Shalom.